Welcome back, everybody. High off the glass, you know how we do. This is the Rona Chronicles volume, whatever the fuck. We are here. Not sure we've been doing these. So much content going on with this COVID bullshit, where a lot of us are stuck at home. A lot of us are working, but we got a lot of time on our hands, and I'm doing these Rona Chronicles. High off the glass, you guys know what it is. But I have a outstanding guest today. This is one of the reasons why I love Twitter. And this is one of the reasons why I love cannabis, because these two things brought me to this man right here. We got God's perfect moron in the house. What's up, sir? How are you today?
I'm doing very well.
All right.
Thank you very much. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. There
we go. We are joined by, of course, the favorite co-host, Mr. Coach Hill. He is over here rolling up, doing what he's supposed to be doing. What up, Coach Hill? Say what up. Now he's trying to talk talk deep like you and shit.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. But I appreciate that, man. Somebody wants that.
He said nobody wants that. No. Yo, GPM, man, thank you so much for stopping by, man.
The pleasure is mine, for real. Thank you very much for having me. Seriously, I am honored. I am humbled. Again, this is just an opportunity of a lifetime for me to actually be able to start doing exactly what we're doing right here, which is just to kind of step out, say what's up to everybody, find a way to connect one-on-one while we're all stuck at home and that kind of thing. And I mean, again, this is probably one of the best ways to do it. Again, thank you very much for having me.
Oh, you are more than welcome, man. I'm not going to front, man. I was attracted to your vibe because you're on the same type of mission that I am. You're on this mission of, can we take away the stigma from this awesome plant that gives us so much medicine? Can we take away the stigma from this thing? Can we come together as a community? Can we improve ourselves as individuals? Can we improve our community? You know, those are the things that you kind of stand for, and that's the same thing I'm with. So, I mean, if you find anybody, great recognize great. You know what I'm saying? And you're on the same mission I am, so of course I would like to join up. First off, before we get into your company, your group is called Global Dank Commission, which I think is the dopest shit in the world.
Thank you.
Before we get into that, and everybody, you guys need to listen to that, because that story's gonna blow your mind. What made GPM? What made God's perfect moron you? How did you fall from cannabis? When did your love for it start? What brought you in, man?
Okay, well, a couple of different things.
That's a pretty broad question.
Right, exactly. That is kind of broad, but I'll try to keep it short. I'll try to recap it in a couple of different ways. So first things
as
first,
always, smoke them if you got them.
Leave that. Hey, family, as always, again, here's to you, here's to me, friends in cannabis, we shall be. And now that we're smoking some weed, let's try to live happily, yo.
Damn right. That's his catchphrase, y'all, that he uses on his videos. Say, my co-host, Coach wants to hear it again, because I love your catchphrase. Say it again.
So again, it's here's to you and here's to me, and friends in cannabis, we shall be. And now that we're smoking some weed, let's try to live happily.
I love it. I'm down all the way.
Thank you. Well, okay, so short end of a long stick. Bottom line is I was born with what is called an overactive synapse with hyperactive tendencies.
Wow. Okay.
What does that mean? That means that I was born with insomnia, okay? And ultimately, my brain does not shut down, doesn't want to. It actually pings off a little bit faster than the average person. Like when I would get tested, they'd sit a regular dude next to me, and they'd put a bunch of, pads and meters and stuff on his head, and then they'd put the same pads and meters on my head. They'd set us side by side and turn the meters on, and I'd hear his, and his would be all beep, beep, beep. But then I'd hear mine, and mine would be all beep, 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 beep. And it's just one of those kind of things that it happens, like my brain works so fast that it's degenerative.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is that my doctors, when I was 26 years old, I was 26 years old, and my doctors then told me, hey, look, if you don't find a way to slow this down, you will never see the age of 40.
Oh, they told you this at what age?
26.
Jeez. Okay.
So
And you're 41 now.
I'm 41 now.
Ah, he did something. He found something to help him. Praise God.
So
Right
that's
on.
the thing. That's the thing. In learning about cannabis, like, so I was in San Diego at the time. And
Okay.
as soon as, like, I tried, I can count on both my hands, your hands, both of our feet, the number of different medications and pills and, you know, habit forming things that I had to try in order to find a way to slow down my brain.
Right. Right.
And it just so happens that back in 2005, there were only 60 cases all across the country that had the
Wow.
same thing I did. Okay. But so they told me, all right, so check this out. Like, we've tried everything with you, but here's what we're going to try next, because there's been a few people that have tested for it. And so we just want to make sure. And so they pull out a lighter. Okay. They pull out a bowl, right? And then they pull out a bag of weed.
I'm playing. They did not do that.
I'm all, wait a minute now, hold up.
What doctor did you go to after giving you pills? They start pulling out greenery. What the fuck?
Well, so these were, again, this was over in California, and these were private doctors, okay,
Wow.
that had private licenses and that kind of thing. But again, they worked with some different groups that were using cannabis as testing to help people with their insomnia.
What year was this?
2005.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
They give me, like I said, so they pull all this out. They take half a gram. It's, you know, the tip of my pinky worth, half a gram.
Right.
Put it in the bowl. Now me, I'm a Florida boy and I don't know any better. So me, I'm all roast the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The first time I had ever experienced cannabis ever in my life.
Wait, slow down, GPM. Okay, hold on. I guess I should have asked this. I kind of maybe should have asked this earlier. You were 26 years old and you had never smoked?
Not as often as I do. So I smoked one time with my homeboy Chris Lay when I was in high school, and we were smoking. Actually, it was Cambodian Red, is what it was. I took 2 hits off the Cambodian Red and couldn't ride my bicycle home, and decided, you know what, I probably shouldn't do this shit no more.
No doubt, no doubt.
And so, I mean, again, so I literally turned it off, and I never even ever remotely ever considered that it could ever be something that could help me like this.
Okay.
So again, so it was at that point that the doctors were telling me, well, so check this out, man, tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, okay, when you smoke it, it affects the brain in such a way that, I mean, again, depending upon the indica or the sativa or the hybrid strain you have, each one has different potency levels, and there's also different other types of medicine in it. It's not just THC, there's also cannabinol, which is CBN. Okay? And then there's also cannabidiol, which is CBD. Okay? But then there's also 2 other major components to cannabis, and that is cannabichromene, which is AKA CBC, okay? And then also cannabidiol, which is CBG.
Wow. Okay.
Now,
Never heard of that one.
all right. Now, I welcome everybody watching the show to grab a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to recite all of those one more time. Again, it's THC.
Get your pen and papers, y'all. Get your pen and papers.
Okay. So you've got THC.
Right on.
Cannabinol.
There you go.
And then we have CBD, which is cannabidol. You have CBN, which is cannabinol. Have CBG, cannabidiol.
Wow.
And lastly is CBC, cannabichromene. Now, THC, when you smoke, great. That's the psychoactive effect, that lofty, euphoric feeling that we have.
Yeah.
CBD is directly affected towards pain. It is pain medicine. That's exactly what it does. CBN is actually directly affected to the brain, neural paths that are in your brain.
Right.
You have CBC. CBC is something that quite literally you'll never really feel the effect of it from smoking it, but if you eat it, there's a whole different thing that happens.
Okay.
Eating CBC actually awakens your body's endocannabinoid system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this or not, but from birth, the moment you are being formed in your mother's womb, we are developing the endocannabinoid system. And it is literally a series of receptors from the head to toe, from your hair follicles to your skin, to your nails, to your eyeballs even, okay? The structure of your brain even, all right? And so again, so you have all of that coming together. And forgive me, I kind of lost my step there for half a second. All
Oh,
right,
you're
but
good.
so CBC, when you consume it, its job is to literally pass through your body's system, okay? Circulatory, respiratory, veins, all of it, even all the way up to your brain, and awaken your body's endocannabinoid system. It actually awakens all of the receptors to where now your body can receive the THC and the CBD and the CBN through the system. Now, CBG, cannabidiol, while the plant is still in the ground, it is the mother and also the building blocks for THC and CBD and CBN for every single strain on the planet.
Wow. So why doesn't that component get more attention? All we hear about is CBD and THC.
Well, because a lot of people are looking for the THC to kill cancer and leukemia and things like that, and they're also looking for the CBD to help heal pain. But not a whole lot of people know that, to believe it or not, like cannabis for us edibly is so much better for us edibly than it is to smoke. Don't get it twisted. I love to smoke because I have to slow down my brain. I have to be able to have a regular conversation like we're having now. Otherwise, I'm a pinball. Okay?
Right.
So that's smoking it, but eating it literally goes to your cellular level, right? And so again, even more so, eating full spectrum edibles. And by full spectrum, they have to have all 5 of those medicines in there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the bottom line. So here's what happens with CBG. So like I said, so while it's the mother in the building block, while the plant is still on the ground, when you consume CBG, it actually tells THC, CBD, and CBN where your body needs it the most.
Wow.
How does it do that? Because CBC passed all the way through your body, okay, and came back to CBG like, hey, this guy's got knee issues, so we need to send CBD down there. This guy has free-range cancer cells floating through his body, so we need to send THC to those and kill him. And then at the same time, he's also having some memory issues. So let's send some CBN up to the brain and help reconnect some of the neural paths that are up there to help him start remembering.
Wow. Wow. Thorough. Jeez.
That's how the medicine works.
CBG.
CBG. Again, I invite you all to do your research. I invite you all to do the research and check that stuff out because, again, like knowing what you're putting into your system, okay, now you can better defend against the things that are affecting you, right? So check this out. In order to help battle my own issue, I did a science experiment, okay, that I remember doing when I was in high school. And it just so happened that it worked. And it worked so well, okay, so because I decided to make this, I make an oil, all right? But the way that I make this oil is from doing the science experiment that I learned back in high school. I don't have any PhDs. I don't have any math degrees. I don't have it. I never went to college.
Right, right.
But I'm a very smart mathematician and I'm very good with chemicals. And also I have a degree in culinary arts and food science. And so just in figuring that kind of stuff out, I figured out how to make an oil. So I decided to send that oil down to a lab just to make sure of its effectiveness for my body. Okay. This lab, less than 24 hours after receiving my sample, calls me back and says, "Congratulations, Brandon." I'm all, "What do you mean?" They're all, "Son, congratulations because you're curing your body from the inside out by consuming this."
Right.
Okay, so not only are you attacking your issue, you have real medicine in what you have. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're all, "Well, so because you have so much THC, because you have a full spectrum medicine here, you have all 5 of the major components. You have the CBG, the CBC, the CBN, the CBD, the THC. So your medicine that you have can actually help people with Alzheimer's, high blood pressure, asthma, okay, breast cancer, lymphoma, leukemia.
And this is okay. Let's back up a little bit. So this is from the concoction that you made from a
Correct.
science experiment you had from when you were in what, 8th grade?
Actually, I was a freshman in high school.
Freshman in high school. Damn.
Yes.
Okay. So and you told me a little bit about that last night, but tell me again. So the concoction is you took what and made what? What did
Okay.
you do?
Well, I don't want to give it away exactly what I use because come to find out. Oh, no, it's totally cool. So check this out. I'm not the only one doing what I'm doing, but according to the lab, who gets back with me every single week, ever since I got my stuff tested, I am still the only one on the planet making it the way I'm making it.
Wow.
There isn't anybody else using what I use in order to make what I make. They're afraid of it, and I totally get that. But what most people don't understand is that what I'm using is not to be afraid of. Like, it's totally safe to use.
Right.
Right.
Well, why hasn't that lab or you or somebody marketed that and put it out there so people can use it and get well?
That's what I'm working on. Okay, so because that's the thing. Like, they told me that I owe it to as many people as I can in order to put my stuff that I make into anything and everything possible. So I started my own business. It's actually called Sweet Leaf Farms. I started with it with a very good friend of mine, and also my wife, and also my sister-in-law. And the bottom line is that business is still active. It's active in Redding, California, where I was. I left it in control of my business partner there. So he is still doing that. And again, we do anything and everything. And if you can think, if it can be made from scratch, okay, because what I make is an oil, and it's 99.99999% pure, clean cannabis oil. There's no pesticides, there's no metals, there's no chemicals, there's no nothing left in it. It's pure. Okay. So again, all we have to do is simply dissolve that into an oil or into a sugar or into some type of butter or something along those lines in order to make whatever you want to make, from barbecue sauce to salad dressings to fully infused oils to you name it. Doesn't matter. So that's what we do. Okay. Even more so, we have, because this is the thing. So like once upon a day, I went to a dispensary out there. I spent $130 on 3 cookies. These cookies were 250 milligrams a piece. It's supposed to be 5 servings for each one. I told you about this. I think I told you about this the other day. So I ate all 3 of these cookies in less than an hour and a half and felt nothing.
Right.
No relief, right? And so at that point, I'm going, I just got ripped off.
Yep.
Companies. And I'm not the only one, though. Okay? I'm not the only one. Like, I saw this dispensary selling a 1.75 ounce packet of infused peanut butter for $35.
Damn. It was
okay, bro. My business, my company. I make 8 ounce jars that are 1,000 milligrams in the 8 ounce jar that are $30.
Wow. And people were buying that bullshit they were putting out. Jeez, just because it was at a dispensary and just because it had a fancy name on it.
Right. Okay. And again, like the fancy, I don't even want to undercut the fancy name. I mean, but I'll just say this: that unrivaled potency y'all are talking about is bullshit.
Please put the name. You should put the name out there. Come on, the GPN. Put it out.
That name of that company is called Korova. It's Kroova, Korova, and their theme is like their motto is unrivaled potency.
Yeah.
So again, 250 milligrams and a little 3.5 ounce cookie. Call it 5 servings. Again, 3 of them in less than an hour and a half, and you feel nothing. Nah.
Right.
You're robbing the cannabis community. Stop it.
Question with that though.
Better medicine.
Question with that though, just to play devil's advocate, you sure it's not because you have a super high tolerance? You know, you sure it wasn't?
I'm not the only one. That's the other thing. Like, of the people that were purchasing the candies and the gummies and the peanut butters and the barbecue sauces and the salad dressings and that kind of stuff, these folks were going to the dispensary saying the exact same thing, going, look, man, I just went and spent, $35 on like these 5 little candies and they don't touch me. Okay, but your one little candy that is 25 milligrams is a true 25 milligrams because I feel it in minutes.
Okay, Coach had a question from earlier. That's awesome right there. Wow.
How can you tell if you get excuse me, some edibles from a dispensary? should they say full spectrum, or how can you tell if they're full spectrum or not?
Well, so the items that you will find in the dispensaries, they all have labels on them. And those labels will tell you exactly what is in them. And a lot of those edibles are really just THC and CBD. Okay, it's really just those two because of what they are using in order to pull the medicine out.
Right.
Their astringent is not anywhere near strong enough. And this is the point that I'm making. So by their math, look, their math is correct as far as what it should be. The downside is the product that they're using is not pulling enough of the medicine off of the plant to give them that actual math. So it's off. Like they might say 250 milligrams. It may have actually been 50 milligrams just because of what they use to pull the medicine off. That makes sense. And so, I mean, again, how to tell the difference? You got to look for all 5 in the label. You got to see all 5 of them in the ingredients list, which is mandatory by all cannabis producing companies as far as your edibles are concerned. It has to have it. Now, flour is not, it's not stamped that it has to have it, but in all of the states so far that it's legal, if you're going to make edibles there, you have to have not only the actual ingredients that are in your edibles, but then also you have to have how much the percentage is of all of the medicines that are in them. You have to. So.
Wow, that's amazing. So to bring it back to you, so you come up with this concoction, it works for you. What do you do with it at that point? What does the lab's giving you? What is this lab that you go to? How long have you been dealing with them? What's that about?
The lab is called SD Farm Labs, and again, they are in San Diego. They're right in the middle of downtown off of Hancock Street. And I mean, ultimately, that is the lab that I worked with. So what's actually funny is I called them and actually spoke with their lab techs and had to explain, it's like before I even sent my sample down to them. So I had to explain to the lab techs exactly how I made it. And while I'm explaining because again, I have no science degrees, I have no math degrees. I just remember the step-by-step process that I had to do in order to do what I did back in high school. Right. And so again, like in explaining my math and my science to them, they're all, bro, you are spot on with what you're doing. Are you sure you have no degrees? I'm like, no, I'm just really smart. Like, look, I graduated fourth highest. I was 4th highest of my senior class. I had a 4.37 GPA. I fed a 1440 on my SATs my sophomore year.
Well, why are you not in that field more then? Why aren't you in stuff? Why are you cooking?
It's actually very interesting. I started cooking at a very young age. I fell in love with cooking when I was 6 years old. I was watching PBS.
Julia Child?
Yeah, I was 6 years old.
Julia Child? Was it Julia Child?
Julia Child was one of them. Graham Cara, the Galloping Gourmet, he's the other. Okay, but then there were 2 other shows that came on before that. And that was Great Chefs of the World and Great Chefs of America. Okay. And it was Great Chefs of the World that caught my attention. Like it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm flipping the channels. I couldn't find nothing, right? So finally I go back to the UHF. You know what I'm talking about, the turn dial TV,
dude,
right?
We 80s babies. We couldn't find shit back in the day. We ain't have
It was my job to turn the dial. I had 2 older brothers. I had no choice but to turn
you
dial.
know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro.
So I finally get to the UHF channel, and there it is. It's the opening credits. And what I see is this guy in this bright white chef's coat, you know, the sleeves roll back. He's standing next to a stove. He's got a saute pan in his hand and a little thing. And he goes over to it and pours it in, and next just whoosh, this huge, like 6-foot flame comes off the pan. And that's it. I'm hooked.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Fire got you.
He did what we call a flambe. He flambéed in the pan. You know, it's what he was doing was cooking the alcohol out of the alcohol he was putting into a dish. He just wanted the flavor of the alcohol, but not the alcohol at all. And that's how you do it. You have to do it with a high heat pan, and then just pour it right in, light it on fire. Well, so either way, I mean, again, at 6 years old, I'm instantly hooked. My parents loved it. Like the first home cooked meal that I made for everybody for the family was Thanksgiving. I was 9 years old. I did not do turkey. I did not do stuffing. Did not do the green bean casserole. Okay. I did duck à l'orange. I did what's called duck à l'orange.
What the hell is that?
I made an orange glaze and I roasted a duck. Okay, and then I made an orange cranberry walnut relish and that kind of stuff. I did green bean casserole my way, okay, with chopped up bacon and diced almonds and fresh garlic and fresh onions.
How old were you when you did it?
I was 9.
Stop playing. Stop playing. Come on, bro.
I mean, cooking has just been my thing. It's always been my passion.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
anything to get away from that and sports. I mean, I
Yeah.
swam, right? I swam competitively from the age of 9 until I got out of high school. I also played ice hockey until, well, from the same time. Like I played ice hockey at the age of 9, and I played until I was 27. Shredded the meniscus in my left knee.
Ooh.
And that was basically the end of that. But fast forward 3 years after I healed, I actually got back into sports. Where I was living here in the middle of the state, I was living in Gainesville. I got back into football, and I started playing semi-pro. It's funny. I went out for quarterback.
Semi-pro football?
Yeah, right. So I'm 6'2", I'm 175, maybe 180 at the time. Okay, so I go out for quarterback and wide receiver and or tight end. Like that's what I want to do. The coach said to me, I'll put you on the defensive line and see what happens. They ran 20 plays, 10 run plays, 10 pass plays. And 18 of those plays never happened because by the time the quarterback was either A, ready to throw the ball or B, ready to hand it off, my hand was either A, on the quarterback's hand or B, on the ball as he was handing it to the running back. Very fast and very quick. And he's 6'5", 6'6", 325 to 350 to 375 pounds with nothing on.
Wow.
It's called hike. It's called hike and get super skinny, super fast, get you the out of my way.
Yeah.
And so I was used very much situationally, but the bottom line is at the end of my first season, to say that I had 15 minutes total game time out of a 16-week season is a stretch.
Wow.
But I had 37 and a half solo tackles. I had 14 and a half sacks. I blocked 2 punts. I blocked a field goal. And my claim to fame that season was it was a 76-yard pick six that got us into the playoffs. We won our championship that year.
That's what's up.
So
Okay.
that year,
Go ahead.
at the end of that year, I got hit up by a team in Jacksonville. They're all, hey, look, we've seen you in the newspaper. We don't even want you to try out. Just come over. We already have a spot for you.
Damn.
Just be here on training day. Be here on tryout day. Like if you want to lift the weights, lift the weights. If you want to do the L drill, do the L drill. You know, but you don't have to. It's not required. We already have a spot.
Wow. Okay.
Forward to week 6 of the regular season, and I'm in game. I go to make a tackle on this dude in the backfield, and he cuts at just the right moment, and his right knee made contact with my left knee and tore every CL from the LCL, the ACL, and the MCL.
Oh,
at that point, my football career was over. The downside is that I already had 3 looks, one from Germany, one from Holland, and another one from a team in Spain. This is all in NFL Europe. And interestingly, they were all 3 years, $750,000 contracts. At 31 years. This was a decade ago. At 30 years old. You know what I mean? And I'm going, my mind is blown about, see, this is the story behind my name.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. Brandon, AKA God's Perfect Moron. Dude, you are, it seems like you're a jack of all trades.
That was a thing. See, here's the thing. When I was a kid, my father taught me when I was a child to never say no to life.
Okay.
Especially if you have the means, if you have the opportunity, there ain't nothing holding you back from taking hold of that opportunity. Why not take it? It's educational. Learn something. And so I've done a lot. That's the point behind my name. Like my name is God's Perfect Moron. And the reason why that name happened, I could name you 41 years worth of reasons as to why that happened. Okay. The loss of my football career, the loss of my hockey career, the loss of my swimming career, the loss of my culinary career, the loss of my ex-wife, the almost loss of my current wife and family, the lessons that I have lost, bro, the fact that since I was 15 years old, I have never, not once since I was 15 years old, had a single faithful relationship. Not once.
Okay. You know, that's another road that we'll probably go down.
So short end of a long stick. I mean, again, it's God's Perfect Moron because apparently I can't seem to learn.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any sense, okay? Like I just can't seem to learn. I can't get right. So I must be God's perfect moron. Because I've been spending my whole life trying to make something of who the fuck I am.
Right.
So at least this way I have something to pass down to my kids and to help build my family. Because that's honestly what I've wanted. Like we struggled hard as kids. Like we were the only white family in my neighborhood for 16 blocks north south and 13 blocks east west. Everybody else was Spanish. We had one black family, my next door neighbors. They were the only.
You grew up in Florida or Cali?
South Florida. Yep, South Florida.
What part?
So North Miami, South Fort Lauderdale. Little area called Pompano Beach.
Oh shit! You grew up outside of Miami, right outside of Miami. Pompano Beach. I don't know.
So
Pompano Beach. Yeah.
That's another conversation. We'll have to come back to that about growing up there. But
I'm a big fan of Miami, dude. I'm a fan of Tony Montana, and my favorite. My man said to you.
My man said to you.
Where's the shit? Yeah, you gotta give it up. Gotta give it up to you. Gotta give it up to you.
Well, so here's what's funny. My mother.
Powerhouse in the '80s. Oh my God.
My mother taught emergency medicine and also respiratory therapy at the Jackson Memorial Hospital, which is the teaching hospital at the University of Miami. So I rep the U all day.
Wow.
I'll just say that. Like I grew up with that.
I give a huge major shout out to Dan Levitard, who forever reps Miami harder than any fucking body I know. That dude shit out of it.
That's in his bro. That's in his veins. He got an IV there. It's just
oh my goodness. Like I that dude, to me, besides my aunt, he's the best. He's my favorite journalist ever. I mean, the man he usually 100% tells the truth. He always tells the truth, and sometimes he may bring a part of the conversation that you don't want to talk about, but most of the time it needs to be said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He brings the shit out and brings it out intelligently. I love it. You know, so he knows what he's talking about. Shit.
Again, somebody once taught me there's a very right and a very wrong way to do things in life, and also how to get your own point across. That man, like you were saying, he's got that very right way of putting it to our ears, where A, we can accept that truth, and B, also feel like empowered to do something about it. That's the other thing. Yeah. So I mean, again, kudos, mad kudos. Anyhow.
You got that right. Well, bring it back to you and bring it back to your 100% real cannabis oil that you make. You send it to the lab. The lab is shocked and amazed. They love it. It works for you. It helps you. What do you do with it currently right now?
Well, so currently right now, 2 seconds.
Because I want some of it too. You know what I'm saying? All right, me and Coach would like some. I'm gonna send you some. Where'd my sticker go? Right here. I'm gonna send you some high off the glass stickers and shit. Please, whatever U.S. currency you need, I will send it to you because I need some of that.
Well, okay. So just a heads up. This is olive oil.
Okay.
So you know your barbecue sauce recipes that call for oil.
Right. That's what you use. Okay.
You can use that. Oh man, there's again salad dressings. Okay, specifically like an Italian salad dressing, or even like your honey mustard that needs an oil to start along with the mustard itself. This is where you go. There's 1,000 milligrams in this jar.
God.
So understand something.
Of
how much is that jar?
That's correct. There is 1,000 milligrams of THC in this.
Good God.
This is also full spectrum. So yeah.
Oh.
How much is that jar?
I mean, you can go a little bit closer, but you can see it's olive oil.
No.
That's it. There ain't nothing to it. It's olive oil.
Right. How much is the jar, sir? That's what
these are $30, young man. 30. Okay. So bear this in mind. Every teaspoon, not tablespoon, but every teaspoon is approximately 70 milligrams.
Jeez.
Every teaspoon. Okay, so on your salad at home, okay, you can just take a teaspoon and just.
Okay. I get it, I have my mind is thinking of the hundreds, thousands of different ways I can use it in my kitchen. But this is my question to you. The reason why I prefer smoking the edibles and why some people do, so most people do. One of the reasons why I prefer smoking the edibles is, and I like edibles, but number one, I hardly ever feel it when I do take it. And number two, when I do take it, I only get high in my stomach. My stomach is the only spot that feels warm and tingly. You know what I'm saying? And then I worry about, what they say, you can only eat half the brownie, don't eat the whole thing, or you'll be stuck. What if I use that on my, because this is what I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna use it to make my barbecue sauce. Then I'm gonna put that barbecue sauce on my chicken breast and on my legs and shit when I barbecue, and I'll eat fucking 4 pieces of chicken, and I'll be too high to do shit.
Marinate it first.
Marinate it in my regular marinade seasonings.
Okay. Marinate it in your barbecue sauce and your seasonings for at least 12 hours first. And then you're golden. Because the bottom line is you're not cooking the internal temperature beyond 225 degrees. Okay. Anything beyond 225 degrees internally will kill the medicine. Okay. So like if you're using it as like so like you're cooking, okay, you're on your grill and you have it right there and you're using it as like a brush on, you can do that too. Okay. But a lot of the medicine's going to cook out in the brush on. However, if you marinate it first, medicine seeps into the proteins.
Oh, yeah, I know that. See, but that's the thing, Brandon. I know that, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if I eat too many of them, will I be stuck?
Oh, no, you're stuck. You're done. Well, and that's why I'm telling you, I mean, again, every teaspoon is going to be approximately 70 milligrams, okay? Wow. That's the breakdown, okay? Because ultimately every tablespoon is going to give you there's 250 milligrams per ounce, and there's 2 tablespoons in every ounce, but there's 3 teaspoons in every tablespoon.
Jeez.
See what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Okay. So 250 and half, right? 250 and half is a bucket and a quarter.
Math right now, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So again, if it's 1 ounce, if there's 2 tablespoons in 1 ounce, it's 250, right? So that 250 is now a bucket and a quarter. But then that bucket and a quarter has to be divided 3 ways. So actually, I now stand corrected. 125 divided by 3 is actually 40. So yeah, we're looking at like 41 milligrams per teaspoon. I'm sorry for saying 70. Let me be more accurate with my math.
No, you're good. You're good.
When someone
and it's on the spot. So I mean, again, so if every 1 tablespoon is 145. Yes, sir.
When someone purchases a jar, are we going to get a booklet breaking down what you were just saying, like, or like anything like recipes, like, you feel what I mean, like,
right? So I should probably do that. I should probably do that.
Oh,
normally, so like back when I was in Redding, California, normally I would have it labeled up top. It would say, infused olive oil, 1,000 milligrams, okay, in the whole jar, and then it would say, again, that 40 milligrams per teaspoon.
Yeah.
But I like what you're saying, though. Have a little recipe or something on the side. Take 3 tables. Use 2 teaspoons. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of vinegar, make yourself and make yourself okay.
Especially the part where the cooking takes the medicine out. You feel what I'm saying? Because you'll have people who just so amped on, I'm cooking with cannabis, but they're not thinking about I'm cooking the medicine out. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Something to let them know.
How come I don't feel it when I eat it?
Right. No, and that's a very valid point. That's a very valid point. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's much appreciated. Good call. So I mean, again, like I'll write it up here on top. What's in it and that kind of stuff. And then if I have to, I'll put a little label on the outside. Don't cook over 225 internally, which is actually very difficult to do. Right? Because again, like chicken, when it's fully done, is 165 degrees internally.
Yeah.
There's no way to cook that out. Beef, when it's well done, is again 155 degrees.
Well, I feel like it may be a way to cook it out because I like to put my stuff directly on the grill, and my fire gets hot. Sometimes it gets too hot, even for chicken. So I feel like and I use my little non-stick tinfoil as well. But I feel like if I leave it on there too long, it may because that foil is going to be definitely over 160 some degrees. You know what I'm saying?
On the outside, yes.
Yeah.
Which is why I suggested to make your marinade first and marinate it for at least 24 hours. That'll give the medicine the opportunity to actually soak itself into the food.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now again, when you're cooking it, even if you're cooking it on 550-degree grill, the internal temperature of that chicken is not going to rise above 225. So the medicine that is marinated into that chicken will never cook out. It'll never.
I hear you. My only thing with that is though, I don't know if I want it marinated in, because if I eat two pieces, I am done. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
I do. I get that. Well, I mean, I've never been opposed to making it weaker. I've never been opposed to that. So say somebody wanted 500 milligrams, I could totally do that too. If you wanted a 250 milligram jar, I could do that as well. I mean, but again, like say, I see Coach in the background. Nah, man, don't make that shit weaker.
Yeah. No, I need. He wants that strong shit.
Yes. Now, I will say this. Speaking of the barbecue stuff, so I make 4 different types. The first time that I featured it, here's how I did it. So I took a 3.5 pound pork shoulder, okay? Took a paring knife, poked it a whole bunch of times. I took an ounce of weed.
Well, hold on. Slow down. You took a pork. I didn't hear the beginning part. We were in awe of what your stuff. You took a pork shoulder.
Start pork shoulder, okay, and then use a paring knife. Okay. To insert it about so deep, okay, not about a 1/4 inch, just enough into the skin.
Okay.
And then from there, do that around the whole thing, around the whole loin, sides, top, bottom, and the whole line. And then I take all my regular herbs and spices, my salt, pepper, all that, the rub, so to speak. But within the rub, I put 1 ounce of cannabis, the actual flower. I ground it up real fine, like you would, dried basil or dried oregano, and then added that into it. But then I did the smart play, took a little bit of oil, okay, a little bit of medicated oil, about 2 teaspoons, just enough to kind of hydrate that, okay, and then I rubbed it into the shoulder.
Oh man!
Wrapped it 3 times in plastic wrap, and then sealed it super tight. Put it in the refrigerator for put it in the refrigerator for 1 day, 24 hours.
Yeah.
From there, took the roast out, right? So again, I gave it that 24 hours to marinate all that in. Took that out, put it in a crock pot, okay, with a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, you did not say
little onion, okay, and then did that for 12 hours.
Oh, dude.
And then made 4 different types of barbecue sauce. Okay, from Carolina honey to what I call can of fire. Okay, and then a regular Texas, like a Texas pit, okay, and then just like a regular old-fashioned barbecue sauce. And I made a yellow mustard, like a Georgia mustard barbecue sauce, right? All of them were fully infused. Okay, I made a coleslaw because I made a coleslaw dressing. Okay, infused the dressing with the oil, and then made the coleslaw. The only thing at my table that was not infused was the bread, which was the King's Hawaiian sweet roll. I even made a cornbread that was infused as well. And so per plate, you got 500 milligrams per plate.
Oh, dear God. I want to eat that.
Right? So fully infused barbecue pulled pork. You choose what sauce you want to put on because you had 5 of them to look at. But then the cornbread.
I'm using this clip when I promote this fucking episode. Oh my God.
Yep. And so again, you got the medicated cornbread, the medicated coleslaw, the 5 different types of barbecue sauces that per ounce was 125 milligrams. And then the pork itself per serving was 250 milligrams. So
THC.
And that's how I got the word out in the first place. At the same time, I had some hard candies that I made. I had a lady that was standing right there. She was actually asking me about the candies. She has she's got esophageal muscle issues, right? It's hard for her to swallow sometimes. It's hard for her to breathe as well because the muscles contract tight. It's almost like having an asthma attack without having asthma. So she was standing there at the table. And she asked me about it. I'm like, well, so here, try this one. It's watermelon in flavor. Tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. Hold on, man. Hold on, dude. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay straight face, but we are in awe of what you just told us, and this is just walk.
Right? Like he's out. He's going. Coach Hilton took off.
I've never seen him like this. Oh man.
So check it out. So while
I don't even work anymore.
it's crazy, bro. This young lady, right? So she's trying this candy.
Devour that. I haven't had pork since the 90s, but I would fuck that plate up.
Bruh. Oh, bro, trust. We sold out. Nah, man, we sold out.
You think? How much did you charge a plate? How much did you charge a plate?
I want to know.
5 what? $500?
$5.
Huh? By what?
$5.
$5?
$5.
Wait, why? Huh? What you mean? $5?
Yeah.
Yo, look, Brandon, look, man.
I had 3.5 pounds of pork I had to get rid of. How am I going to get rid of 3.5 pounds of pork? I ain't charging you $10 for that. Please come eat all my stuff, please. And then tell everybody how fucked up you got on it. Bro, we used to make homemade ice cream.
Everybody today.
I want to see this.
Aren't you like, this man just happened to, Brandon, this wasn't planned. You know, we were going to do the show and all this and da-da-da-da, and it was just, and me and you were just going to do the show. I got out the shower trying to hurry up and get ready for you. And he happened to call me talking about, I'm about to come through, I got to get an oil change first. I'm like, look, I'm doing a show. He's like, all right, that's cool. You know, and this is my boy, so he come through. I didn't think this shit was going to change his life. I think you just changed this man's life.
I didn't even get the oil change because I couldn't.
Oh, you did?
This was meant to happen.
Wow.
I'm sorry for it, but
no. We're gonna take your recipe and your oil, and we're gonna put that shit on fucking beef.
I got goosebumps right now, bro. Thank you.
Oh, bro. I've had goosebumps since I met you, bro. Straight up. Yes.
Here's my thing. My thing now is to educate. All right, because people need to know.
Yeah.
You need to know that if you're dealing with pain, you need CBD. If you're battling cancer, leukemia, lymphoma, anything along those lines, you need THC in your system. If you deal with anxiety, if you have, if you know a family that has Alzheimer's or that is suffering mentally, with memory and that kind of fun, okay, you need CBN in your life. But at the same time, like you need the other two medicines to like waken up your whole body, so this way your whole body gets the effect. You were saying before, when you eat an edible, you feel it in your belly. That's only because you have THC and possibly a little bit of CBD and maybe a little more CBN in that, and that's about it. You don't have the rest, so it all just kind of sits there right in your stomach. It doesn't really go anywhere. Right. Okay, and that's why I'm trying to say, I mean, in going full spectrum, you awaken your whole body. I mean, again, I'm trying to tell you about this lady with this watermelon candy. Okay, so I let her try it, and she just stood there at the table while I talked to her friend. And I'm talking to her friend for about 5 minutes. And 2 minutes into this conversation, this young lady reaches over and she taps me on the arm and she goes, "Oh my God. Are you okay?" Like, cause I'm naturally concerned because I know I make some strong ass shit. So I'm, are you okay? Like, and she's all, you don't understand. I haven't felt this 15-pound weight come off my chest in about 4.5 years. I've had this candy in my mouth for 2 minutes and I don't feel the weight on my chest right now.
Okay, and rewind before, because we were just in all the food. I heard some of it. Break it down for Coach. The lady couldn't swallow properly. What was
right. So she has an esophageal. It's a throat muscle issue.
Right.
Again, her medical condition, it causes her to have random asthma attacks. That's what it feels like, because her esophagus closes off. It becomes difficult to breathe, but she can. But even more so, like, it restrains down to the muscles in her chest.
Okay.
So it's all here, okay? All the way from the chest cavity up to her neck where she feels this problem. And again, so like she was telling me that for the last, she was telling me about these issues, and I'm all, well, so I promise you there's enough medicine in this, and if you don't feel, like, if you feel this, I promise you, you'll feel it in less than 10 minutes. And if you don't, please let me know. And she was like, I don't know. I've tried edibles before and they don't really work for me. And I'm all, here. It's on the house. They're $2 a piece. Do me a favor. Try this. Just try it. While you're trying it, I'm going to talk with your friend. And let's see what happens here in the next 10 minutes. Hi there, dear. How are you? What do I have here on my table that I can interest you in? Oh, well, I'm interested in your candies as well. Please tell me a little bit more. And so I'm basically explaining to her the same thing I just explained to the other young lady. And she's all, so during that time, this lady that's trying the other candy, she reaches over and again taps me on the arm, and she's all, oh my God. And I'm, are you okay? Because the way she grabbed me, like I felt like she was off balance. And I'm, are you okay? And she goes, no, you don't understand. Like, I've had a 15-pound weight on my chest for the last 4.5 years that I haven't been able to get off. I've been chewing this, I've had this candy in my mouth for the last 2 minutes, and I already can't feel the weight on my chest anymore. This stuff really works. And at that point, her friend, who had just been diagnosed with stage 2 lymphoma breast cancer, bought 3 months, bought 90 pieces of candy from me right then and there on the spot. Okay. Bruh, she sent me progress reports via my Instagram account every single week. She threw away the cancer medications that the hospitals gave her. She only ate the candies that she bought from me, one a day for 3 months. And after 3 months, she went and got her tests done, okay, to go get the MRI done to see if the stuff was still there. Bro, she was free and clear, 100% free and clear, non-existent, no more mastectomy, no more lymphoma, gone.
From your candies done?
You see these goosebumps, bro. I know you see these.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I live for. I live to help people now and to educate them about what they need. That's what I do. And it's that you know what I mean? That's just a part of my passion in my life right now. At the same time, I mean, again, after 41 years of loss and hurt and pain and my own damn fuck ups, my own choices in life, my own decisions to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this instead of doing that. My life experiences, my friends' life experiences, the shit I watched them go through, what I watched my families go through, what I grew up in, the hate and the race that I grew up in. I got shit to teach people. I got stuff to help change people's minds and perspectives and to help get this fucking planet back in a place of unity. And thank you for saying community earlier, because again, you can't have unity, you can't have community without that main solid word. You could have the comm, which is the communication. Y'all can talk all the fuck you want. But if you ain't unified, if there's no unity, what do you have?
Great.
You have dissension, you have anger, you got people trying to get their own fucking goals. Look, we need to come back together. And not just as a country, but as a planet. This isn't just America, this is everywhere.
Okay.
Everybody's in the same book. I mean, even the third world countries are having issues right now. Right. They've been having issues, but so they don't necessarily know any better, but we do. And we got the power to actually do something about it. And a lot of us just kind of stand back and do nothing. And so that's why I'm kind of thinking, you know, that's my thing. I mean, again, that's where God Perfect One comes. I'm here to teach and I'm here to help grow. That's our job as the next generation, as the older generation, is to help them, is to present a better example for the kids behind us, to see what it's like to be positive and to have unconditional love and open arms for people. Mm-hmm. It's a different type of mentality. It's a different type. Because this is my thing. Over the course of my last 41 years, I don't see people holding doors for anybody. And if they do, the person walking in damn sure don't say thank you. It's like it's expected. I get that, but at the same time, man, come on. You know what I mean? Like, we're better than that. We are. I believe that people are better than that. So again, that's me.
So I 1000% concur with what you're saying. The thing that's so awesome about you, Brandon, aka God's Perfect Moron, the thing that's so perfect about you, babe, a lot of people in this industry, in our industry, they put whatever they're doing first. You know, if they got a flower, if they got something to sell, they put that first. You know, you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to help people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in a lot of industries. I'm not just trying to bang on the cannabis industry. I'm just speaking on this industry because this is the industry that we're in. You know, they always want to put, you know, what they have for sale out first, but you're not doing that. And I respect the fuck out of you for that, man. I really do.
Thank you. I mean, again, that's just a side thing that I do. And I'm just happy to do it. I have people all across the country. There's actually a Twitter account. Her name is @SparkiestGerm. Her real name is Sherry and Baker. Either way, she reached out to me once upon a day last year. I sent her some of my oil. She has a brain tumor.
Wow.
She eats what we more commonly known as RSO, which is Rick Simpson oil. She consumes that to help kill that tumor in her head.
Wow.
So I mean, again, she reached out to me. I sent her some of it. She said it worked amazing, and then she actually got some of the best sleep she'd ever had in her life after having some of it. So, I mean, hey, again, for me, I'm just happy to have helped. You know what I mean? And so it's. She hasn't told me she's run out yet, so okay, but that was almost a year ago, and I gave her a lot too. I sent her like 30 grams. I sent her like an ounce of this oil, just off. I didn't ask for any money. Nah, please take this and go live. I don't want nothing else. Go live. Go be happy.
This leads me directly, man, this is amazing. This leads me directly into your the group that I just want to say, I know I haven't done all the official steps. I just want to say I'm a part of it because I'm going to be.
Thank you, yo, because my guy keeps hitting me up like, yo, man, where's this dude at? I know. He's coming, man. I promise. He on the way. But
yes, sir. Tell him I am so sorry, and I will complete that shit today. That shit will get completed today.
I appreciate the support.
Oh, God, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate this. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you putting forth the effort to do this, man. You're literally putting action behind your words with a group called the Global Dank Commission.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
I can't wait to be officially a part of, something that once Coach hears about it, he's going to want to be a part of. And everyone out there in the world who loves cannabis the way that we do, they will want to be a part of.
Absolutely.
Speak on this awesome organization that you have created.
Well, so actually, I got to pump the brake there real quick because, again, like, I'm not necessarily the actual creator. Okay?
Right.
The actual creator of of this whole thing, his name is @MaryJanesGimp. He's a very, very good friend of mine. He and I have been following each other now for the last year or so. We've been members of the few different cannabis communities that are out there. Right. And just in our experiences out there, we've seen a lot of dissension and a lot of just what the behavior from people. It just makes you scratch your head. Well, so again, I have to quote him with that. So again, and let me kind of clarify this as well. So back last April 23rd, 2019, it was actually, again, 3 days after 420, huge event, and I'm checking the TL and I'm seeing there was shit happening in Vegas and happening in Reno, and I'm damn, what would have been really cool this year would to have been sat down face to face, one-on-one with everybody in the Stoner fam, puff blunts, pass blunts. I wonder if there's a way to do that. And I actually started planning. I even put it out there like, yo, Stoner fam, what did I call it? It was a Stoner fam weekend toke sesh. I think that's what I called it. I got to go back and check my thread from last year, but that's what it was.
It would have been dope as fuck.
Right, no doubt. I even gave options. Like I put a vote out. Like, you all want to go to Vegas? You want to go to New Orleans? You want to go to Atlantic City? You want to go to Miami? And we all voted Vegas and that kind of stuff. And well, so I mean, again, like for the last little while, I've also been trying to figure out how to broadcast my own stuff. I was talking to a clothing designer, guy that does T-shirts, does hats. Like I was gonna have him put like a hashtag GPM on the side. I was gonna have him make some T-shirts that says like I'm with hashtag GPM on them. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of starting to brand myself a little bit to kind of get this vibe out there, and to keep my vibe rolling, because honestly, I felt like my own vibe. And I mean, like the day that I actually had talked to my dude about designs for the GPM on the side of the hat, MJG, Mary Jane's Gimp, like he hits me up like, bro, check this out, man. Like I've been following you for a hot minute. I love your vibe. I love who you are. And I got this idea that I really think is right up your alley. And if you don't mind, like I'd like to take, I'd like to take a minute of your time and kind of talk to you about it. And I'm all, hell yeah, bro, what do you got? And he's all, well, so check this out, man. I got this thing and it's called the Global Dank Commission. All right, because like, here's the thing, bro. So you see, we got the Stoner fam. Well, I'm sorry. You see, we got the Canna fam. We got the Stoner fam. We got I Am Cannabis. we got the cannabis community, we got Memberville, and it's like, look, man, there's so.
What is all that? What is all that?
So these are all different cannabis community families. You know what I mean, you call them cliques if you want. I don't really like that word, and I know that they don't either, because like we're all stoners. That's the thing. Like we're all stoners. The one thing that brought us all together is this drug. It's this medicine. Okay? I don't mean to call it drug, but it's this weed. This is what brought us all together in the first place.
Pretty much.
Exactly. So again, so you hear in my tag when I cheers to everybody, first things first, in every single one of my videos. It's all right, everybody. First things first. Let's do what we all come here to do. Let's get high. Okay, so then I take my toke, and then as I'm exhaling, it's, and here's to you, and here's to me, and friends in cannabis we shall be. It doesn't matter if you're fucking Stoner Fam, or if you're Memberville, or I Am Cannabis, or Canafam. I'm sick of seeing my TL full of he said, she said bullshit. Cut it out. We are all adults, and the last time I checked, the one thing that brought us together was this weed. That's why we all know each other in the first place. So why can't we just smoke some weed and all live happily? Exhale. And that's where that comes from. I got tired of seeing the bullshit. So now, I mean, again, so MJG, so don't get me wrong, like MJG, he puts out his little 2-minute toke videos, and I love him. He does his little patented 2-minute tokes. Okay, he's a musician. He's got his own thing going in the studio. He's got a album coming out here very, very soon, very soon. And so, I mean, again, like he's got his own thing going there, but he doesn't have this presence. You know what I mean? He doesn't necessarily have my presence, the ability to sit in front of a camera and be comfortable and speak from the heart, speak from the gut, so to speak, and let what I'm saying be real enough to where people can understand what I'm saying without hurting people. Right. I mean, somebody once said I was made for politics, but I don't know about all of that. You know what I mean? Well, so anyhow, so I mean, again, so he and I, he says.
You never know, though. You never know.
That. Well, with the cannabis in my system, and you know how the legislation says, oh man, you can't have weed in your system and work in the office. You can't have.
Oh, please. The laws, everything. What have you seen the stigma change on something?
I said that shit with a straight face.
Right, for real. I can't believe you just said that shit. And plus, the stigma for this shit is changing. You know, the laws are changing on this rapidly. So in about 10 years, 5 years, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, shit. Yeah.
Well, so again, so MJG approaches me and says, look, man, I would like for you to not only be the face, but also to be the one to kind of spearhead this idea behind the Global Dank Commission. And I'm all right, bet. Now, at the same time, it also helps that I have close friends around the globe. Okay, there's an account. His name is at Joseph Conrad. Or I'm sorry, his name is Joseph Conrad, but it's at 420 Lee Style. I consider that dude to be a friend of mine. Right? He's up in Canada. There's Green Thumb, Green Thumb _B. She's up in Canada as well. There's also this dude Sancho's Belafonte is at Sancho's 420. Those guys, like I just recently started talking with those guys and that kind of thing, and they have actually they came to me like, hey man, we want to represent the IMGDC, but we want to do it here in Canada. And I'm like, yes, do that. Yeah, so again, this movement is actually now starting to go global, which is even better because here's the bottom line, like because of all the dissension. See, that's the thing. 2 years ago, it was just Canafam. Okay. And then all of a sudden there was a lot of back and forth bickering and within 2 days there was Canafam, there was Stoner Fam, and then there was I Am Cannabis. And I'm all, okay, what the hell is going on? All right, like I don't know who to belong to anymore now because I got friends over here and I got friends over there, right? And then I got friends in this family. And then came the Memberville, and then there was the I Am Cannabis. I'm sorry, the cannabis community. And so now it's like, man, I got friends all over the place. I'm getting DMs left and right from people that I follow and that followed me like, hey, man, you shouldn't follow this person anymore because they talk shit about stones. What?
Yeah. Nobody has time for that bullshit. Yeah.
So Global Dank is here to be like, hey, the bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay? Forget all that.
Yeah.
All right. We are here in peace and in love and in weed.
Nice.
That's why we all came to Twitter in the first damn place. It's because we couldn't go to Facebook and we couldn't go to Instagram because they're controlled by the same damn company. You can't put this kind of shit out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They shut that shit down.
Yes, sir.
We all came here based on this thing alone. And we all came out here seeking to get our voices out there and to make friends and meet new people. Well, here we are, family.
I never liked Facebook from giddy up. I didn't even want to go to. I didn't want to do none of this social shit. But trust, I never fuck with. The only reason I even have a Facebook is because of the show. I don't like it. I don't like it, that or Instagram. I'm not gonna front. But let me ask you this: so, what exactly is, Global Dank Commission? What will you guys? What will your specialty be? What will be y'all niche? What will you do?
Well, all right. So this is the main thing across the globe. All right. So like I said, so Joseph Conrad, right? So yeah. So Santos Belafonte, Joseph Conrad, those guys are going to start hosting a live talk session, which is actually what I do as it stands.
Okay.
The reason I do these live talk sessions, remember I said, like, what would be really cool would be to finally get together with the Stoner fam and actually pass one around, that kind of shit. Hug everybody, tell you I love you.
Right.
Well, so what you and I are doing right now, I also do with my family once a week because I got family all over the world. I can't just drive down to my brother's house. He don't live right here. He's in, Turkey and that kind of shit.
I know about your videos. Your videos are dope. Fuck yeah.
And thank you. Well, so I mean, again, so we get together on Zoom once a week. And so I'm sitting there, again, right after MJG comes to me, and we're all, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, what would be a really good thing to do would be to get everybody together in a live talk session, especially here on Zoom. Okay.
Right.
My account, I'm paying to have up to 1,000 people on my account. Right. And it's not cheap. It ain't cheap. I'll put it that way.
No, it is not. Yeah.
It's $90. Yeah. It's $90.
Use my damn self. I totally understand. Yes, sir.
Right. Well, so, I mean, again, I don't mind doing that, though, because, again, like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring the unity back in community. I'm trying to bring our families back together and reunite us all. And so, again, like, my goal is to have 1,000 people in the meeting. That's what we're trying to get to. I mean, every week, so we started on 420, we had like 7 people. We did another one the week after, we had like 9 people. We did another one just this last weekend, we had like 13 people. We got another one coming up this weekend, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's when I host the live talk session. And the bottom line is, it's like the only way in is just like we're doing right now. I start my video and I hit that invite button. And then I have a whole list of names because, again, throughout the Global Dank Commission and on Twitter, like, we are blasting it out there like, yo, if you want to come join the actual community that literally gives a damn about seeing you face to face and wants to smoke with you and spread peace and love and weed, come join the mothership, because here we go. All right, like, all you got to do is hit us up. Once I start the meeting, I send you the link. Everybody comes in. That's it. It's that simple. And again, like, I try to make it like an actual show. And so again, like, once everybody comes in, so like on my God's Perfect Moron account, it's, hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. I am the host. Well, so when it comes to the live talk session, it's, hey, everybody, welcome to the mothership. I am the captain.
Yeah.
Right. And first thing first, let's do what we all come here to do. Let's get high, right? And so, like, we also make it known, like, have your blunt, have your joint, your bong, your vape rig, your dab, like, have your cannabis smoking device ready, because once I say that, we all spark up at one time, we all take one big massive toke, and it's exhale clouds of positivity to the world. That's the bottom line. So again, so we got Canada covered. I just 2 days ago secured with account. His name is Padre Puff. Okay. He is actually now going to be my PR or the PR director for IMGDC Mexico.
Oh, wow.
I have a representative. His name is The Dude, which is at PMR420. Okay. He is our IMGDC Sweden. Okay. I then also have another dude right now. His name is Sean, at Sean Story 6, and it's STOREY, the number 6. Okay. But he is my IMGDC UK. So again, so right here in the US, Canada, Mexico, the UK, Sweden, we got those 5 already being held down. Each one of these individual countries are going to start doing their own live talk session once a week. Whether they do it the same time I do it, that is on them, because they're in a different time zone. But the bottom line is the message is still the same amongst the IMGDC across the globe. We're tired of the drama. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of the negativity that we're always seeing, especially when we all came here for positivity in the first place, for love in the first place, for peace in the first place, and also for the power of gifts. That's why we're all here. Why are we going to sit here and bicker with each other?
Right. What's the point? What's the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? When we could be smoking, we could be chilling, we could be learning.
Right. But instead, you over here with all that rah-rah.
Yeah, it's like if we could just stop and learn from one another, we would understand why certain people act the way they do and what's going on. Because guess what? The same that thing that person's going through that's totally different than you, you're going through the same shit that motherfucker's going through. It's the same damn thing, literally. You know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing. I want to be the IMGCDM.
I am, it's a hashtag, capital I, capital A, lowercase m, and then capital G is in golf, D is in Delta, C is in Charlie. Okay. It's Global Dank Commission. So I am Global Dank Commission. That's all it is.
I am Global Dank Commission for St. Louis. I'll be your rep for FCL. How about that?
That I greatly appreciate, man. Thank you very much. Again,
yes, sir.
Whew, damn. Y'all want to talk one more?
Yo, hell, shit. I think it was, fuck, he stopped rolling. I don't think we got any more blunts. You know what? We can talk one more because I got a pipe right the fuck there. That's fair.
No worries.
Honey, Dutch Masters honey outside.
I'm good on that. Hey, pass me. Hey, bro, we about to smoke this. I think we're about to wrap up in a little bit. Pass the brother water. Right there off the fridge.
Forgive me.
Man, let's get it.
I'm about to do something horrible, which is.
What is that?
I'm about to smoke a cigarette, sadly.
Oh, no, don't do that. I thought we were taking one last toke. What you talking about? Let's take one
no. You're good. You're good. I got the vape rig over here.
Oh, okay. Right on. Oh, and he said, man, we're smoking.
I don't know if you see this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see that. What's that? What's the percentage on that?
85 to 90. It's right there in that range, like 87 and a half. But that is Blue Dream.
Wow. That's pretty. That's pretty. Yo, look here. I don't know about you, but I think this was a good one.
I feel great.
Yeah, I feel great. I think we're friends. How about you? We friends?
Oh, agreed. Hashtag agreed, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Friends, bro. We family. Call that, bro. No, it's like this straight lethal weapon. No, we ain't friends, man. We fucking family.
God damn right. I'm getting too old for this. That's my movie right there, baby. Go.
Yes, sir. My favorite line for that whole series. So Riggs and
Riggs. Give it to me,
Riggs. Yo, he do the face so good. He does the face great. All right, so they're fighting each other on the boat, right? And then they wind up in the water. And all of a sudden, the Marine Patrol shows up, right? It's the Marine officers. And they show their badges and they're all, we're in the middle of a case. And the officers all, you got the flashlight of what? and Riggs responds back, Scotch.
Which one? Is that one? That sounds like one. Is that one?
I think that is one. That is one.
Man, at least I've been a Lethal Weapon franchise fan for a minute, man. That's my motherfucking shit.
Longest time.
I love that damn show, man. Look here, man. Brandon, a.k.a. God's Moron, I want to let you know that whenever you want to be on this show, you are more than welcome. I would like High Off the Glass to be a voice box for y'all. Anything that we can help you put the word out for, would like to help you do your dank commission work here in STL. Anything I can do virtually for you. Once we get able to roll again, you know what I'm saying, I cannot wait to bring my ass down to Florida and meet you, homie.
For sure. Do me a favor, make sure to get me your information so I can get this to you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because you're not the only one. There's a couple of followers I have on here on Twitter that are also part of the IMGDC family that also receive that as well. I just send it.
Wow.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, all I need is your information. We'll make that happen. You can do that through the DM or what have you.
That'll work. I appreciate it. Everybody wants to know your socials. Coach would like to know your website so he can hook on right now.
Well, so currently, check this out. Pen and a piece of paper. Find me on Instagram.
IG? Okay.
Yep. And here's how you'll find me. It is the letter A dot, and then B dot, and then C as in Charlie, B as in Bravo, D as in Delta, lowercase Z, Zulu, right? And then
putting it in as you're doing it.
And then the word edibles. So it's ABCBDs edibles. And just put the @ symbol in front of that. You can find me on Instagram there. A.CBDs edibles. Oh, and the edibles, I'm sorry, the edibles, the S is in fact a Z. I apologize.
Z. A period, B period, C D B D.
CBD. Charlie Bravo Delta.
Right.
Yeah.
D,
and then Z, and then edibles with a Z. Yep.
But it is A dot B dot.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. Yeah. Well, because I couldn't just put so imagine the play on the alphabet, the A B C D E. Right, so it's A B C B D.
I just hope the audience heard it because y'all were talking. They got it. Right on. If you want to, and give them your socials, bro. Let everybody know where they can find you on any platform.
That's the main thing there. I mean, again, you can find me on Twitter. It's at God's Moron. Or look me up, God's Perfect Moron. So there's that. And again, I greatly appreciate you, man, for real. Like this was such a great time. I look forward to next time for sure. We can get a lot deeper into some other stuff as well. I mean, that's entirely up to you. Let's just get back and rap. You know what I mean? This was great. We didn't even talk basketball or sports much at all.
We did.
Hey, I meant to say something. I was watching one of the videos the other day you was doing with the cat that was all about TV shows and that kind of stuff. I can't.
Yeah. That's Orson.
You had the big banner in the back, right? That had the St. Louis Blues thing on the bottom. And okay, so there's a little bit of hockey in this guy's knowledge. All right, because he got the Blues logo up there also. There's got to be something. I got the Cardinals. I got the Blues there. So, okay, all right. Well, so anyhow, maybe just maybe next time we can rep on that.
We definitely can. I'll let you know right now. My hockey knowledge is not deep. I know a little bit about hockey. I am not a huge Blues fan. I was happy for them when they won. I really was mad that Boston didn't win because I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm actually from where basketball was invented. Hence the love of basketball. You know what I'm saying?
That is what's really good.
Watching games with my mother when I was like 5 and shit. You know how that go. And what is it? So my hockey may not be that deep. So that was actually the Soulardians. You should actually check their show out. Check out Soulardians. And check out Cognac Corner. Those are the other 2 shows. Yeah, that's the other 2 shows that my producer, Marcus Boston. Those are the other 2 shows he produces. Check him out, bro. You would like his stuff. Yeah, he's got. I'll text you. I'll DM all that shit to you.
Please do, because I might be spelling this shit wrong. I might have had a 1440 on my SATs, but sometimes I spell shit wrong.
We all do, man. We all do. Hey.
Well, all right, man. Cheers. Thank you again, man, for having me.
Oh, no problem, man.
You'll be hearing from me.
If it's cool with you, yeah, I look forward. Please do.
You're gonna be hearing from him soon. He don't do IG. He probably just gonna hit you on Twitter. He finally got a Twitter account, so he's gonna be hitting you up.
I have both. I just never use them.
You don't use your Twitter account? Oh, you should. You should. I be sending you stuff on there. No wonder you never comment. Anyway, well, look. You know what I'm saying? God's Perfect Moron, man. You have been.
Give it up for Older Great. Thank you. Thank you. Man.
The praise is for you. You have been awesome. Thank you so much for your knowledge, sir. Thank you for your knowledge and what you have taught us today, what you taught my audience. Appreciate everything you do, and I cannot wait to be a part of Dank Commission. Yo, on behalf of Coach, behalf of myself, high off the glass, look, we're out. Love y'all.
Thank you very much, fam. Have a great one, man. If you don't mind, I'm going to finish with my little sign off, which is always peace, love, chicken grease. Be good if we get at it. Sprinkle kindness like seeds on everything, family. And I'll shout at y'all later.
There it is. Keep hooping, y'all. We out.